with it on there, but I guess you can't have everything there. It does look like MC has now returned to his booth. And right now, man, it does look like they're also both ready indeed. Are you guys ready for this last game?
And it's time for the final match of semifinal number 1 between Millennium Stephano and SKMC. It will go down on the big macro map that so many Zergs know and love. Can Stephano do it? Can he take down another Protoss and advance to the grand final? If you would like him in the grand final, give a cheer for Millennium Stephano!
And down in the bottom left side, please keep in mind that one of these players, this is their absolute last game. So if you're a fan and you want him in the grand finals, give a huge cheer for SKMC.
So hard to dislike either of these players. Not only are they just the best of the best, but they have such awesome personalities. And I mean, it all honestly helps so much with my job whenever I try to interview. I don't even have to have questions that make sense.
Or questions that they even want to answer, and then they just make
what
fun
are
of
your
you.
predictions? Who are you, Day 9? Like, I don't know. Are you going to win? That is a stupid question. And I'm like, well.
Thanks for the interview.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. But I mean, it's exactly what you'd want to see out of a semifinal match. Going all the way to game 5. We've seen an all-in work for MC. We've seen an all-in fail. We've seen a straight-up work for MC. We've seen a straight-up fail. Will he do another all-in in this game? Will Stephano do the identical push? There's just so many stories going on in this one single match.
And also, Sean, you have to remember, we talked about how Zerg versus Protoss is both of their strongest matchups in this game. They both have over a 70% win rate in tournament settings, and that's exactly what we've seen so far in this series. We predicted a long series, and it maybe even predicted it going to game number 5, but now that means this is just a best of 1. This is the difference between winning a lot of money and winning quite a lot less money, and that's going to be very important. Once again, we do see the Forge going down here first.
Oh my God, it's a pylon! Oh! This is the first time he hasn't just let this go up. This is a super deliberate move, and he might kill the drone.
And what if he denies that third base? Stephano going to be pretty frustrated with that. I don't think he's going to be able to get down. The probe is right on his heels there. Nope, indeed is not going to be able to. Oh, with the psych. And 2 HP here, man.
Where is this coming from?
What? This is a wacky alternate universe we're in right now, Sean.
What is happening in this game?
No, don't you do it. No! No bases for Stephano. He is making Zerglings and a queen, but you have to remember, Sean, look at this. He's hovering over 300 resources. That means his expansion is officially delayed, and he was not able to take that third base. Is this frustrating for Stephano, or is he going to be able to recover easily?
Mike, this is frustrating for Stephano. I mean, we talked about that in his game versus Parting, where he said, this is designed to delay your hatches by just 30 seconds. And that is going to be more than enough of a delay for that 2-base all-in timing to work. Don't you dare try to kill. Oh, no. Oh, no. You killed my probe. We will hunt you down.
And I believe the other probe did indeed return here. It is 17 drones to 21, so already suffering a little bit there.
I'm not moving the camera. Don't worry.
Keep it following, Sean. 2 HP.
Will it escape? One man, one mission. Get home.
Now, Stephano is still going to be going for that early third base here. And, Sean, we've seen him do this every single game. So this is obviously exactly what he wants to be doing here. But the timing of it's going to be actually a lot later than he would like.
Now, all we have to know is whether this little robo is going to go down. This third gas would be a big signal for it. Stephano does have the Overlord in position, is in range of both of those gas geysers.
Sean, we have another exciting probe chase.
Oh my God, where the exciting?
On the right side.
All right. Done. Now, for any of you who don't know, Control-Shift-F follows a unit.
Wait, Control-Shift-F? Who in Blizzard was
Control-Shift-F, notice, hands-free, ladies and gentlemen. One probe, one mission. Down to 10 life. Can he make it home?
I think he will. There is the cannon there.
Born to pull back down to 5. Oh, get it. Oh.
Not quite. Was able to save it there. He goes back to work.
God, this crowd is so easy to entertain. Those were 2 workers. This has been the most cheers we've seen this entire match.
Oh man, taking a look at the units tab here, Sean, we do have 29 drones now, still behind MC's macro. And you know, if Stephano's able to sit back and do some major waves with drones, it's gonna really help him out, especially if he takes a risk and does an additional wave that he normally wouldn't have done, then he can get himself back in this game. But something I like to talk about is Protoss dictating the pace of the game. That's exactly what you want. Because for Protoss, if you can stay one step ahead, you're getting Colossus when they don't have Corruptors, you're getting DTs when they don't have Detection, you're getting Phoenix when they don't have Anti-Air. And so far, we're gonna see, is he a step ahead?
I mean, I'm a little concerned about this slightly late robotics facility. I mean, this looks a lot like your classic 2-base all-in timing push, but Stephano again saying, 2 gas going down, insta-layer, and then going Roach Warren Evolution Chamber. It's a very clever adjustment that will also allow him to get a 4th macro hatch right here in just a moment. I almost don't want to move as though there's a probe being chased, and hopefully we'll see the hatch go down. But again, looking at blank space is not nearly as interesting as this front of MC's. And it's all going to come down to, is he going to do a warp in and then 4 more gates? Or is he going to just rally out the front and take this 4th?
Yeah, and I really want to talk about the adjustment there, Sean, that you mentioned a little bit earlier, where he ended up starting the lair as well as some other tech before the Roach Warren. I think that's something that a lot of Zerg players can learn from, because remember, as the Zerg race as a whole, it relies, I would say, the most on scouting, in that you have to have the perfect unit composition when those forces get to your main base. And that's exactly what Stephano here has done, and that's what he has to do to get himself on equal footing once again, is make those minor adjustments. And also, we saw him make minor adjustments after losing to that all-in, and it actually made him win that game very decisively. So those minor adjustments can play a huge role in these games.
And there's MC building this pylon down. Looks like Stephano has perhaps some hints that something is awry. In production, we do see Zergling speed almost done. This first round of Roach Ling, so essential to be able to hold off a lot of pushes, but there's those extra drones being built. Looks like MC is going for the expand play. Very defensive, 6 gateways and the robos coming out. MC must have some plan for defending this base.
Oh, I think he's going to be able to defend it quite easily here, especially since, you know, he's already got the sentries out to deal with the Zerglings. He's got the Immortals out, or at least on the way to deal with a couple of Roaches here. Now, it does look like Stephano is working on the Roach upgrades. We're seeing that burrow as well, so he will be able to regenerate the HP on those Roaches quite quickly, as well as, you know, just continually making units here. So does this feel like an all-in, Sean, or is he just wanting to deny that 3rd?
I mean, he certainly wants to put a ton of pressure on the 3rd base, but MC just has an uncanny amount of sentries at 11 right now. Notice no wall in with gateways, instead favoring being more placed back, staying closer to his natural expansion. MC has to be a little concerned about the surround, and now is when Stephano is going to step into action and strike.
We mentioned he needs to do multi-prong attacks. That's exactly what he's going to do. He may get the surround with the Zerglings on the sentries. Where the force field? They are now backed into a corner, and Sean, that is huge because they cannot deny the attack on the left side. Can he actually force the cancel on this expansion? He will be able to at least kill the cans. The sentries are now free, though. They are going to expose those Roaches, and they're going up against an Immortal, so that's the meat grinder. Don't think he's even going to be able to kill this Nexus. He is going to retreat here.
Oh, MC Parting did a seemingly identical play, but MC just shutting this down with complete ease. 1 sentry goes down. Can he get more? It looks like a target fire by Stephano. Oh, there's the warp, and it's down to half health. It looks like it's down to about 3/4, 2/3. It's down to half. He's still target firing it. The Roaches will go down.
Not gonna get it, Sean.
There at 166 health, it stays alive. But the Ling train is not over the main base. Oh, he protects the main base with seconds to spare.
Sean, that's huge because that Immortal was vulnerable. That would have got sniped. The probes would have had to transfer into the main base. He is going to go for it once again, but it's not going to happen. You got to remember, you mentioned the amount of sentries he has. He still has 8 of those. Even though the Roach upgrades are now finishing up, Blink is on the way, and we've seen MC's Blink Stalker Micro. This may, oh, look at this, also force building on the expansion here. Oh, is this a bad rally point? I think that it is. Stephano needs to make sure not to sacrifice any more units, but he does have this 4th base on the way. It's just, I don't know, Sean, is this 4th base early enough?
I mean, this 4th base, I'm more concerned about Stephano's unit production. He might try to go a little bit too powery. In the last game, he started a Hive now, and that just backfired so badly. He actually needs another macro hatch up. This will likely just serve as that, and the only way Stephano's going to be able to hold off this counter swing from MC is if he makes nothing but units for the next few minutes. Looks like Stephano trying to rush in again. Gosh, that is just has a big target painted on his head. And he is desperate to kill off that extra third base.
He really, really wants to, but I love this wall-in setup here by MC and then just placing his units in the remainder of that wall to exactly prevent that from happening here. Now, right now, he is transferring drones down to that fourth base. Units lost, heavily favoring MC here, though. And how are MC's upgrades looking? I mean, he's currently sitting at 1-1 and working on that very important +2. Wouldn't be surprised to see +3 followed up here right away. But, Sean, on the timing of the Spire here, do you think he'll be able to deal with Colossus in time?
I think he's going to be okay on the Colossus front. It's the Blink Stalker Immortal front where he's going to have a problem. MC is sneaking in a new big timing in this matchup. He just pushes right before he even gets that many Colossi going, and most Zergs are powering very, very hard. So right now, MC scouts that and might be thinking to himself, oh yeah, I'm against one of those overly eager Zergs who's just going up to 100 drones, going to be going into turtle mode. But right now, Stephano has been making a ton of units. So many. And with just 2 Colossi, now he can make a large push and break the Zerg front. The key for Stephano is going to be big lines of spines, and there they begin to go down, but that creep spread's looking mighty thin.
He needs to get up as many spine crawlers as possible. This is kind of what the metagame is shifting towards. Zerg players for a long time now have begun just making tons of spines, especially if you're a little bit behind. It is going to buy you a tiny bit of time. Now, the scouting that MC did was so vital because he spotted that fourth base and was like, there's not that many drones down here. I do see some on gas, but not a lot on minerals here. So I may find a timing here where I can exactly, move out and make something happen here. Now, we do see Hive Tech on the way here for Stephano. And he once again does have the Infestors out, but I don't know. The army sizes are about even, but a slight lead here to MC.
I mean, the weird thing is that it's unclear who is supposed to win in this mixture. 130 Zerglings, 7 Infestors, largely Blink Stalkers. We do have the 2 Colossi out. Third one getting rallied in, and MC just now hitting max. It is time to go. Oh, this is going to be a very dangerous position no matter who comes out on top. And
Here we go.
There's the swing, and he misses the fungal. All the Zerglings get trapped on the other side.
You know what, Sean? I'm kind of curious as to why he decided to engage right there, because that is the choke point. That's where MC wanted that engagement to happen. And instead, if he would have waited a little bit longer, where those Colossus going? Be careful with those. But he could have encountered it in the much wider expansion right here. So MC has not lost that much.
11 Corruptors now springing out. MC. Oh, Stephano will almost certainly have to sacrifice this expansion if he wants to hope to stay alive. He does. He needs the 11 Corruptors to come out. Stephano needs to hit at a perfect angle, but he just is running so low on hatches, and 3 of the Corruptors go down immediately.
Needed every single one of those, not only to kill off the Colossus, but also to do the additional damage here. It does look like he's going to try to attack it here, but again, MC, he's having favorable engagements in the position here. Now, it was an awkward blink, so he can't blink away right now. Fungal's going down.
Forward, all the roaches on the correct side of the force field. We see a lot of infested Terrans getting thrown down. Only 1 more Colossus remains, and it looks like MC's gigantic Colossus force will be thwarted for now, but it's the immortal Blink Stalker that's really going to give Stephano the trouble.
You got to remember also that 2 bases for Stephano have been eliminated. It's only down to 2 bases right now. A huge blink, gets a complete surround. Drones getting pulled off the line. It looks like MC will be able to take this. The Immortals still standing. The Roach is spawning. A bad rally point. He's got to be taking those out. He's got to try and hold on as long as he possibly can, but it is 2 base Zerg versus 3 base Protoss, and the Protoss is suffering a lot of resources here to be able to deal with that. And well played. Good luck for the grand finals here. MC is going to advance.
Unbelievable to see MC take down Stephano, and there he is, SKMC.
The boss toss himself giving us an awesome dance, able to narrowly make it to the grand final, Sean. And we were talking about how he's fumbled through some of these games, but managing to take out Stephano himself. He's saying, man, I'm here to win it.
Unbelievable boost of confidence for MC. Cameras can't even catch up to him. Going out into the crowd, MC playing unbelievably in that series, walking right up to our caster booth. MC, is just defining his own new pathfinding. But I mean, that was incredible. You look at the first 3 games of the series, Mike, and MC just looked completely overcome. Stephano demolished in game 1 and game 3 held off the all-in. The only win for MC seemed to be this very fragile all-in.
Right, yeah, exactly. And that's not the best way to start a series, but once he started focusing on how MC likes to play, not going for those ridiculous builds, just focusing on solid macros, solid timings, he was able to take those games very, very convincingly. And I almost wonder if at first he felt a little uneasy, and then he was like, wait, I can actually beat this guy. And was able to do it here at the very last game. So even though he's been up for elimination many times, like down to the last game, he's managed to win it every single time when it mattered, and that's really all that matters.
I mean,
sorry, that was a horrible, horrible segue.
Well, MC, I'm sure a ton of you are excited to hear how he's feeling after his match. Let's kick it up to the main stage for an interview with your winner, MC.
Give it up. MC, you know, you said you thought that you could win, but it would be a tough battle. It went all 5 games. Stephano won the first game, but you came back with some really, really solid aggression in game 2. After the win in game 2, were you more confident that you were going to be able to take this series?
첫 번째 경기는 졌잖아. 근데 두 번째 경기 이기고 난 다음에 이거 다 이길 수 있겠다. 그런 자신감이 생겼는지.
I think just first game is my mistake is lost Phoenix, so I lost. Second game, I told you 2 best all-in. and third game is remake 2 best all-in, but yeah, he's good, well defense, and I think I know Stephano stars, so Phoenix skill and go to the investor, and yeah, so win.
So, a few weekends ago, it was you and 3 Zergs in the semifinals, and you said on Twitter, I'm gonna kill all these Zergs. Your follow-up to that was, I lost. But it seems like you got your revenge. Was this a sweet victory for you?
몇 주 전에 그 4강까지 가가지고 저그가 3명 있었잖아. 그래서 네가 트위터로 나 다 죽여버리겠다 이렇게 했는데 결국엔 졌잖아. 근데 이번에는 이기고 좀 복수한 것 같은지.
Yeah, I'm revenge for Jurg and David Kim.
All right, so you've of course now find yourself in the grand finals, and I think my final question, as the fans are also thinking this, after taking down Stephano, took down Sase in the quarterfinals, are you confident you can win Red Bull Battlegrounds?
지금까지 진짜 잘하는 선수들 많이 이기고 여기까지 결승까지 왔는데 이제 모든 이 대회를 우승할 수 있을 것 같은지.
Yeah, I think because I'm Bostos.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Bostos! Back to the desk.
DJ Wheat, and congrats to MC for advancing to the grand final, where he is going to go on to face the winner of our next semifinal. It's going to be Bomber versus Squirtle, Mike.
I could not be more excited. Sean Bomber able to squeak by. As you can see there, 2-1 versus Teja, and those were some pretty close games as, you know, Teja known for getting lots of upgrades very early, and he was still able to overcome that with some great micro and great positioning here. And Squirtle, while it is a 2-0, don't be misled. Those games were nail-bitingly close here. So as long as he's not shooken up over that, he's got to be prepared here for Bomber. And I'm curious to see exactly how Squirtle performs, because he was a player who should have even been here to begin with. But with so many player swap outs, he made it at the last minute, and he very well could make it to the end.
So whatever you do not go anywhere. Get your prediction pen and paper ready, because when we come back, we are going to be going up with Squirtle versus Bomber here live from Red Bull Battlegrounds, Austin, Texas. See you soon.